Hello everyone. Welcome back. My name is Christine. This is Mr. Bangles, who doesn't know how to wear jewelry, and you're watching Hobby's Corner. I thought I'd do a quick video to show you the jewelry that I recycled using other pieces of jewelry and harvested rhinestones. In our last video, we had opened the first part of a Salvation Army bag that I paid $14.99 for, and there were quite a few pieces in there that were broken. I spent some of my day yesterday repairing those, and I want to show you those. And in repairing those, it motivated me to go and find other pieces that I needed to repair. And so I have some jewelry to show you that I upcycled. The first piece we'll start with is actually this pendant here. This was a pendant that had a lot of its stones were missing. I was able to harvest other rhinestones from other accessories, and I upcycled this. I think it turned out pretty good. It's very fall colored brooch. So this went from not being functional to now being wearable, which is nice. If you recall, some time ago, I actually had a bag of jewelry that I had purchased, and this necklace was in that bag, and it originally was on a piece of ribbon that was used as the threading medium that you would wear around your neck. I didn't like the ribbon. It was quite dirty, so I took this piece and turned it into a bracelet. There were a couple of links that were left over, so I just ended up turning those into a matching pair of earrings. So a cute little upcycle, some pretty Aurora Borealis set on some nice silver-plated metal in great condition. So this is a cute little set now. And I did throw the ribbon in the garbage. It wasn't very nice. In the bag that I opened in the last video, this pin was in there, and I found it after. So it didn't get revealed in the last video, but I noticed that it had a yellow stone here, yellow stones all in here, but they were plastic and they didn't really look that nice. So I took them all out, and I ended up upcycling it with these fabulous colors, and I think it turned out okay. I think it's a bee, maybe a fly, I don't know, but it definitely looks a lot better than it did. The way I removed the original stones, the plastic rhinestones that were in there, I used a soldering tool. It's very pointy, and I just held it to each hole and was able to melt the glue and pull the pieces out and clean them out before I set new stones in. So I really like that piece too. This was a bracelet that had some of these segments with the hematite balls missing. I removed those segments. There wasn't enough to just connect it with a clasp and a jump ring. I had to add the chain as well. So I went into my old chain box, and I was able to upcycle this bracelet as well. This is ceramic or clay. So I thought this turned out pretty good too. Another nice kind of rustic fall piece. To match that, if you recall, these earrings were part of a reveal. Just trying to get the other one here. And one of them was missing a stone. I was able to find two stones that I felt went nicely with these earrings. So they're now in working order as well. One of the cutest things that I upcycled was this brooch. It was originally missing whatever was supposed to be hanging off of it. And I remembered that I had this little red teardrop that I took off of an old necklace. So I just strung it on there with a jump ring. Now I think it looks great. Very festive, Christmassy. Definitely something somebody could wear. Kind of good segue to this piece. This is an actual brooch where it has two different jewelry components that have been recycled in it now. The brooch was the original piece. This little glass heart pendant was part of a much bigger pendant from a necklace that was broken. I actually used the solder gun to melt the glue and was able to pull that off. And then this was an earring, a vintage earring that was actually on a screw back, but we didn't have the other one. So now I think it looks really super cute. Totally upcycled. This is a pin I had found in a bag many bags ago. It had blue balls, the same color as this teal, all on the four corners. It was missing two of them. I thought I might find them somewhere because I really liked the blue balls, but I didn't. So I just took the time yesterday and added these cute little cubic zirconia rhinestones. So now that pin is also wearable. If you recall, I had this owl brooch from the previous bag opening from the Salvation Army. It was pretty much Aurora Borealis plastic rhinestones, like faux rhinestones that were decorating it, and it had two black eyes. I didn't like the way it looked. I didn't like the plastic. I prefer the glass rhinestones. And so I pretty much took everything out and I upcycled it. And this, I think, is my favorite out of all of them. I took green rhinestones for the eyes, some black rhinestones, just to give the feathering some definition, as well as the green. And I replaced the plastic Aurora Borealis with glass. And I am so happy with the way this upcycle turned out. I'm hoping you can see that color. It does need to be cleaned a little bit, but this is definitely one of my favorites. Isn't it great? And I love the size of it. I like big things, so this is definitely something I'll be wearing. Super cool. If y'all recall in the last video, we had this really charming and cute vintage sterling silver ID bracelet. It was broken and I was able to reattach it here. What had happened was the teeth that connect into the next link had come out of the piece. I just pried them open a little bit, used my little tool to kind of shape the hole so that it could accommodate the teeth of the previous piece, and I linked it together and then pinched it tight. So what somebody thought was broken, actually I was able to fix. So now this bracelet, this beautiful vintage ID bracelet, is now in good working order. If you all remember, this was a necklace that was in the previous opening as well, and the hinge here had broken off. It also had a very different display for its focal point at the time when we opened the bag. I have since crimped the hinges. So right here, this one is actually the one that I repaired. You can tell this one here, it had its crimp go all the way around. So that one was in good working order. But this one, a little piece broke off, but there was enough that I could pinch it, and it's pretty secure now. But I didn't stop there. I didn't like the stone that was in the center. It was plastic. So I found a sandstone that I had salvaged from a previous piece, as well as a bunch of rhinestones. And I think the red really kind of accents this piece quite nicely, along with the cream. These little pieces came from two stud earrings that I just didn't like. So another really great upcycle. The coolest thing about upcycling jewelry is no one else will have it. It'll be something that is unique to you, and often they're great conversation pieces. The next item I'm going to show you is sterling silver screwback earrings that originally had faux pearls on them that were screwed on to the little posts. They are vintage. I've since upcycled them. The post on the one earring was broken, so I did remove the other post, and I found these freshwater pearls that were from a bracelet that I had taken apart because it was broken, and I thought they would look great. They fit. They were flat, so they're flush with the earrings, and I think they turned out really nicely. What do you think? They're so pretty now, so classy. Really, really love that upcycle. If you remember this VCLM, I think it is, pendant, it was missing one of its little teal rhinestones. I actually had one, so I was able to fix that as well. So that's in good wearable order now. One of the other things that I upcycled from a brooch that was originally broken, and I can show you here on the back, this was a beautiful butterfly pin that had here where the pin was, but it was broken. I since filed it down with my Dremel just so it didn't have any sharp edges. I added a gunmetal tub stopper chain, or the ball chain, and I added some old broken pieces of bracelet to the existing charms, and we upcycled this brooch to be a pendant. I think this is really, really pretty and something that I think somebody would really like to wear. Really cool upcycle. This here is I definitely need to clean it. I was digging in it today. This was a pendant that I had found in a bag. There was nothing in the center of it. There was a glue squiggle, so obviously the centerpiece had come out. The rhinestones were all there. I since put a blue stone in the center because I thought it really accented it. It is kind of an antique gold, so I did find an old chain that was in one of our bags, and I added that on as well. I do have to clean a lot of the glue up here, but that's relatively easy. Got a little excited and was recycling so many things I didn't take the time to actually clean them. This is another brooch that I had repaired. It was missing a couple of its rhinestones. I repaired these ones down here, and now it's in good working order. It's really cute. Reminds me of an angel. This is also a pendant that used to be a brooch. You can see here it's missing, again, its pin. I turned it into a pendant on a necklace. It was missing the rhinestone, and I upcycled that piece as well. So now it's a beautiful pendant on a kind of antique silver chain. We've got one more thing to share. This was the old chain that was broken in the last bag. It's in really great condition. I found 2 earrings. One earring was just a tassel earring. There wasn't a mate to it. If there was, I would have kept it because the tassel is actually in pretty good condition. And then this was an earring that was in, I think, a couple of bags ago. So I layered them together to create this really cute layered pendant. So I really like this one too. It'd be a great layering piece. And the last upcycle that I did was this bracelet. It was in a bag. Its links were broken. I managed to take one apart. Sometimes with these particular bracelets, they're not connected with jump rings. It's an actual segment of the bracelet that, as they're made, they're just clipped on together and welded together or soldered together. In that case, you will have to cut one piece off completely and then just connect the next one with a jump ring, which is what I did. So if that made sense to anybody. But now this is in a pretty good working order. Sorry, it's out of focus. So yeah, a lot of really, really, really cool upcycles. Spent quite a bit of time yesterday. I think my favorite is this owl and the fact that I was able to add dimension to it and really breathe new life. I was pretty excited about the silver antique bracelet. This one I really like too. And I love this little bug. I think my fetish is bug pendants. And I really love these 2 little Christmas bows. Yeah, so if you have old jewelry lying around, and you're creative, there's really a lot of things you can do to make that jewelry new and exciting and fresh and wearable again. So don't throw your stuff away, or find somebody you know who actually can do something with it. I hope you liked this quick upcycle video. We'll do part 2 of the jewelry bag probably tomorrow. And until next time, everyone, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.